Good morning students, welcome to the online class of computer. Today we are going to start chapter number 5, generation of computers. Generation of computers are there. So let us study what are generation of computers. Now what is generation of computers? The classification of computer based on electronic components used to manufacture it is known as generation of computers. Now students, see here, their classification are made by the manufacturer on the electronic components. Different electronic components are made for computers. So in different times, different it is given, it is there, different components are used for generation of computers. Now what are generation of computers? To manufacture different components, different software, the different components were used. The 5 generation of computers and different electronic components used to manufacture it are explained here. Now first generation computer was between 1940 to 1956. Okay, the first generation of computers were made of valves, that is valve tubes. ENIAC electronic numerical integrator and calculator and EDAC electronic discrete variable automatic computers are example of first generation of computer. These were the first generation of computers available in the market. Okay, these were the first generation of computers. So these were made up of always, and this was vacuum tubes were used. All of you remember that we have studied about the computer that was of a room size. Okay, meaning it was made of a room size, that computer was that. So that was the first generation of computers. Vacuum tubes were used in that computer. So the first generation of computer are made of valves and vacuum tubes. ENIAC electronic numerical integrator and calculator and EDVAC electronic discrete variable automatic computer are example of first generation of computers. So these were the first generation of computers. You can see the components used for, these were the components used for first generation of computers. Computer first generations were very big in size. It could not be taken from one place to another. It was producing heat because of the thousands of vacuum tubes used. Only machine language 0 and 1 can be used on such a computer. So it was difficult to do programming on it. Now students, remember that so much time was wasted in replacing the damaged vacuum tubes after each use. So it was very difficult to use this type of computers. So first generation of computers, it was more there, it was very big in size. So and we cannot take this from one place to another, and we have to tamper with the hardware. So this first generation of computer were very hectic. Okay, they were used between 1940 to 1956. Now next is second generation of computers. Okay, in 1956 to 1964. The development of second generation of computers were due to the invention of transistor. Now this was second generation was made possible due to the invention of transistor. Now why transistor? Transistor were very small in size compared to the vacuum tubes. These were very small components, so second generation computer was possible to make because this was small transistors. Very, even today also it is used. It was a very electronic computers, very nice electronic components. Okay, they also generated less heat. A small transistor was equivalent to many vacuum tubes. So many vacuum tubes, a transistor was equal to many vacuum tubes. So we have to replace vacuum tubes with resistor. So it was made easy. Okay, now what was the features, इसकी खासियत क्या क्या थी वो हम देखेंगे. What is the feature? Small in size compared to first generation computer. First was that it was very small in size, so there was no problem, and it from the first generation of computers. Punch cards were used for input and output. Now here punch card was used for input and output, so it was very easy. Third, they generated very less heat compared to first generation computer. So heat was there, but very small heat was there. Okay, so you can manage that, okay, because small it was producing faster than first generation computer. This was faster than first generation computer, and assembly language were used to do programming. So in the first, you can see here, this was machine language was used in the first generation of computer, and the second generation assembly language was used. Now students, remember here, in the second generation of computer, it was only possible due to the invention of transistors, okay. Transistor was possible, so it was second generation computers were introduced. Now why you are thinking that why this first generation and second computers generation is there? When the computer was performed, many computers were being made, okay. So first computer which was prepared was first generation computer, which was the size of the room. So we have to learn first generation because we have to learn the mechanism of what the computer looks like at that time. It was the size of the room, and the big room computer name was ENIAC and EDVAC. These were the two names given to the first generation computer. Later on, second generation of computer was there, but it is not any specific name is given here, but it was made by the resistors, okay, sorry, transistor. So it was small in size. Punch card were used to input and output. They generated very less heat, and they were faster in the first generation computer, and assembly language were used to do programming. So these were of the second generation. Now moving on for our third generation of computers. The third generation started from 1964 to 1971. Okay, these were due to the invention of integrated circuits, okay. The development of third generation of computers were developed due to invention of integrated circuits. Many transistors were fixed on a silicon chip, that IC, which reduced the size of the computer and made it more efficient and usable. Okay, these are the integrated circuit. Here you can see here silicon chips were used, which reduced the size of the computer and made it more efficient and usable. Now you can see here features were available here. They were small in size compared to second generation. It was very easy to transfer it from one place to another. Keyboard and monitor were used for input and output, okay. The speed and accuracy of computer increased, and the size and price were reduced. High level language like COBOL, Fortran were used to do the programming, okay. Now students, see here, in the third generation computer, it was made of integrated circuits, and it was very easily to be done, okay. Third generation of because of the integrated circuits. Many transistors were fed on the silicon chip. Because of the silicon chips, it was very efficient to use the computer, and it was efficient and usable. So ICs were introduced in this, and it was small in size to second generation of computer. It was very easy to transfer from one place to another, okay. Keyboard and monitor were used for input and output, and speed and accuracy of computer increased, and the size and the price were reduced, okay. The size and price were introduced, okay, reduced. High level language like COBOL, Fortran were used to do the programming. So this was our third generation computer, okay. So first generation were used vacuum tubes, and the examples are ENIAC and EDVAC. Second generation, transistor was introduced between 1956 to 1964. Now students, see here, in this transistor was second generation transistor were used, and they were small in size to the first generation computer. Punch card were used for input and output, and they generated very less heat compared to first generation of computers. And the third generation, we have seen, it is ICs were introduced, and these were small in size compared to second generation. You can take this from one place to another. Keyboard and monitor were introduced in the input and output. Speed accuracy increased, and high level languages like COBOL and Fortran were used Okay, so this was our on generation of computers. So that's for today now. Thank you and have a nice day.